a few FAQs. Yeah, so what we have planned for today is a few FAQs after you guys gone through that video, right, on how to prepare for the interview. After the FAQs, we'll have probably a couple of mock interviews for with the students who volunteer. Okay, now please be aware that this recording will go live. So yeah, keep that in your mind when you're volunteering for the session, for the mock interview. Okay. All right. So anybody has any questions that they would like to clarify regarding the interview preparation? Shashank, you have a question you would like to ask? All right. Okay. No question. Okay. Yeah, Nidhi?
Can we take the portfolio in like a pen drive and display it there, like or present it there?
No, 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 Nidhi, no.
It has
It's
to
not
be
a.
hard copy.
It's not about it has to be. It is convenient. Let us say you take your pen drive and the laptop where you are inserting the pen drive does not recognize the device. What would you do?
Yeah, okay.
Right? Okay, maybe it recognizes, but it doesn't open. Yeah. So you please print your portfolio in A3 size or whatever size you have designed it for. Print and take that along with you. At
So
least
if
two
there's any
copies.
videos, can we show it there itself?
Of course, if you have any videos, you can probably take your own, carry your own laptop, and you can show it in your laptop.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so download the video if it is uploaded on YouTube or somewhere. Ensure it is readable, etc. Because you may not expect to have uh, Wi-Fi connection.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Sir, won't printing the portfolio reduce its quality? Because when we have like a digital portfolio and we're printing it on A3, the image quality and the color
Mm.
printing would change entirely, right? So
Yes,
how do we
yes,
do that?
yes, yes. So you have to check what size you have actually created your portfolio in. We always recommend the first thing that you do while you're creating portfolio is set the page size to A3. Okay, the reason is that you can, when you print it, a A3 size design portfolio, when you print it to A3 size, there is no loss of resolution. All right. But let us
Okay.
say you have done in A4 or maybe A5. Okay, so you print it in the same size as you have designed it so that the quality of the work would not be diluted. Okay, and when you are actually printing, choose the, so when you're saving your file into PDF, there will be an option of RBG, RGB, or CMYK. So choose the option of CMYK, and while saving into a PDF, because CMYK is a format for printing. Okay, and RGB is a format for viewing on the screen. You understand? So if you go with the CMYK, um, you would get almost like 90 to 95% closer to the colors that you see on the screen. All right. You can also take test prints. Let us say, how do you take a test print? Let us say that you have A3 size pictures. Okay, you would not take A3 size test print. Rather, what you do is, for the first cut, you you have the thumbnails of all your portfolio slides. That thumbnails you can print either on an A3 or A4 and etc. Then you can actually see the colors, right? If the colors are matching, then you can go ahead and do the A3 size, full size printing. If you find something odd, then you can tweak the colors and redo the test print to understand how it is. Are you understanding what I said? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Any other questions?
So this isn't regarding regarding the studio test.
Hmm.
So how exactly is like the MIT studio test gonna be? Is it similar to the NID one? Like, will there be drawing and other visual elements
Hmm.
or is it just gonna be a material test? Do you
So
have any idea?
it could be the combination of all these, right? There could be a 3D modeling exercise, there could be a doodling exercise, there could be some observational drawing exercises, etc. Right? But uh, all are basically testing your observation, your ability to visualize and draw, your creative thinking, your ability to work with materials, your creative expression. These are the fundamental things, right, that they're testing, no matter what kind of question that they're giving you. Okay.
Yes, sir. But just like, do you have any idea of how it's gonna be? Is it just a material handling test? Because the UID exam was purely a material handling test and then the
Hmm.
written interview.
Hmm.
So just to
Um,
get some idea.
so yeah, there is a high chance that it will be mostly a 3D related material handling thing because they have already seen your aptitude and your sketching skills and etc. in the test that you have attended, right? So they may not do similar kind of a testing again. So which means that it will boil down to mostly the 3D, like creating a 3D model or something like that, along with the portfolio review and interview. But what I mean to say is also be open for any kind of a testing. Because if I say it will be 3D only, and when you go there and they also add some other elements, then you'll think that, okay, what is this? This is unexpected. And, see, one thing what is expected in this creative sort of evaluation, what is expected is to expect unexpected way of testing. You understand, right? So go there with an open mind. Okay, so mostly they'll give you a material handling test only, but please be open to accept any kind of a challenge that they give you.
Okay, sir.
So, is it possible for us to request a webinar by MIT itself? Because they did one for the exam and that was pretty helpful. So,
Okay,
if they could do one for the second round, that
sure,
would be pretty good too.
sure. We'll inform Swati. So Swati is in touch with them, and we can actually ask for some kind of a briefing before you go for the second round. That's a good idea.
That's a list of the past year questions for the situational round.
That also we can uh, ask in that request, but let us see how much they will oblige. Okay. But I'm just making a note of this. Just a minute, okay? Can we?
Sir, how long do you think we will take to respond to this? Because my test is on 5th, and it would be better if we can send it at least a day or two before.
Yeah, it will be sent today only, and let us see what they will have to tell. Okay.
So, and the materials that they give, are all of them mentioned in DQ? Like, are they specific to only those, or they can give us any other materials apart from the ones that are there in DQ?
Yeah, so that's a nice question. So what you have explored here are the most common materials that are generally given in the studio tests. Okay. And there's a high probability that they will be giving the same kind of materials. Okay. But again, as I always say, uh, please be open for a challenge. Maybe they give rubber tire, pieces of rubber tire, and ask you to manipulate that and create something interesting. Right. I'm just saying. So please be open. So whenever any material is given, try to analyze those materials, the properties, and what kind of techniques that you can use based on your learnings prior at DQ, and then see how you can manipulate to change the properties of the materials and create something interesting. The methodology and the process is same for every material. First, you analyze the properties and see how you can manipulate it based on the given theme of the topic and how you can create something interesting, right? The methodology is the same. It's just that the materials that they give and the properties, if not belong to the same materials that you're working with, then it becomes a little bit more challenging for you to analyze them. That's all.
Yes, sir. And will be given a piece of sheet to write what we thought of the idea as well, right?
Yeah, you'll be given a sheet,
Okay.
right? Yeah. All right. Okay. So I'll send you to her. Yes.
Which is better, an A3 size portfolio printout or an A4 size portfolio printout?
Oh, so that depends on how you have designed your portfolio. See, we recommend A3 size because it is full and you can clearly show your work and etc. Right? But if you have something different to show, you can choose a different format altogether. It's up to you. There is no standard format per se. You can also go with A5. In fact, I mean, we have come across different kinds of portfolios what students have done, right? So, for example, we have seen a student who has basically printed on an A2 size and he has folded everything into an A5 size. And then once you kind of open up, you see something, and then you open up another flap and you discover something else. So it's a different experience altogether. But most of the portfolios will be in A3 size, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
Yes, sir. Should we print the portfolio front and back or like single page?
Again, depends on your conceptualization of your work, how you have done. Let us say you have got individual unique work on each of the pages, then having them on one side printed is fine. But if you are designed in such a way that once you open up, both the flaps kind of talk about your project, then of course, in that case, it has to be like back to back. You're understanding what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Any other?
What is the time duration for the studio test?
I think they have mentioned it as 2 hours, right?
Yearly 45
Sorry? Sorry, I missed that. Could you please repeat? Anyway, so it will be between 2 to 3 hours, not more than that, and not less than that too. 2 to 3 hours is optimum time. And again, see, these are not standardized tests. Like for example, if you take GRE or SAT, it is standardized. It won't change. You don't expect any new methodologies or new test formats and etc. It's pretty much standardized. But with these creative exams, you have to be open-minded. They may give anything, right? Okay. How many of you have done that exercise of going through creating a mind map of your own self and writing down all the stuff as we have explained in the video? Any of you have done that kind of an exercise?
No, sir, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No, like I didn't do it.
Oh, you didn't do it. Okay. I would suggest you do that because write down your thoughts on a paper. It makes it easy for you to kind of answer the questions when they ask such kind of a questions. Okay.
So does DQ Lab have contact with students who have attended the interviews for BITS the first year?
Oh, there is quite number of DQ students who are studying in BITS. You would want to have a interaction with them.
So maybe it will be helpful because will apart from I just wanted to know, apart from knowing our sketching and stuff, are they like mainly concentrated in technical knowledge as well, or and what are similar type of questions that can be? Will they ask kind of in depth regarding our digital UI UX thing?
Okay, so first thing is, let me see if we can facilitate an interaction with the current BIT students. All right, so if they're available, we can have some kind of a short interaction with them. Okay, that's number one. And number two, regarding what kind of questions would they ask, it all depends on, number one, the portfolio that you're showing, and number two, the words that you're speaking in the interview, right? So that becomes the gateway for them to ask questions to clarify further,
Okay, sir.
right? So you got to be very careful what words you're choosing. All right. For example, let's say your portfolio, you're showing the portfolio, and the portfolio is very nice, very good, and unbelievable, kind of unbelievable for a 12th grade student. They'll definitely ask, okay, how did you do this? What tools have you done? Can you show me the process? Do you have the original file with you? You know, to understand. That is number one. Number two, let us say you're sketching, whatever sketches that you have added is exceptional. They may probably ask you to, okay, can you sketch this and show it to me in 5 minutes or 2 minutes, in 3 minutes? Can you sketch in front of me, right? So it all depends on the work that you are showcasing. No two students will have similar kind of questions other than, okay, explain me about you in 1 or 2 minutes continuously, like without a break, right? So those are the standard questions, but then the later questions that follow up purely depends on the kind of responses you're giving it to them, right? And also the work that you're showcasing.
Yes, sir. Okay, so it depends on you. It's not
It
that you should.
absolutely depends on you, your interest, what you're showcasing, what you're speaking.
Yes, sir. Thank you so
Right?
much.
Yeah.
So you said the kind of words we use. So like,
No.
can you give an example for it? What exactly?
I think in the video we have given those examples also. Have you gone through the video?
Not fully, sir.
Oh, please go through it. Okay. For example, all right. Okay, they ask me to talk about myself. Okay, I'll say like a just an example. Okay. My name is Umesh Kumar, and I'm an introvert. I like to sit at home and watch TV. Right. So, I mean, what is that you're giving out to them? Okay. So basically, the questions, follow-up questions will be similar to that. Right. So, is there a need for you to tell that you're an introvert? Right. And if you're saying that, okay, you sit and watch TV, okay, what TV programs do you watch? Okay, who is your favorite director? What is your favorite play or movie or whatever? Why is it so? Okay. So the questions will go and channelize in that direction, right? Okay.
So,
Yes. Yes.
if they ask you to like explain any one of your pieces,
Yeah.
what aspects of it should you cover?
All right. Okay. So ideally, if you can speak about the reason for doing that project. Okay, what is the brief of that project? Okay, and what was your approach for doing that project? Okay, and who is the target customer, and what analysis have you done, what insights you got, and how did you create your ideation, how did you choose the final outcome, what is the reason for the color choices and the elements that you have used, okay, or the form of the product, depending on what product you are, what slide you're talking about, right? And then what was the outcome? Okay, have you taken feedback from the relevant audience, and what was the feedback? What was your learning? Okay, and what could have been done better? These are some of the things that you can probably talk about your project.
So,
Okay.
Okay, yes.
so will they ask questions relating to latest AI trends and like current affairs?
Current affairs, again, there is a possibility of current affairs and AI as well. Again, it would not be like a standalone kind of a question. Okay, what's your opinion about AI? How is it going to change the design field? I don't think that kind of a questions will be there because you're not an expert, right? Rather, they would see. Let's say you have done a particular project, okay, and what kind of example can I give you? Um, Right. For example, there is a new video that is going around in the social media. It is about a non-localite in Bangalore using ChatGPT to negotiate price with the auto driver. Okay. And let us say, I mean, that might spark if you're showing a project about maybe language translation or an app that translates the language or an app that helps you learn a language or something like that. Students have done such projects, right? I'm sure one of you might have done such similar kind of a project. So when you're showing it, then probably this kind of a contextual questions might come. Okay. So because this particular video is trending, okay, so probably if you have not included that kind of an angle into your project, they may ask, okay, have you explored using ChatGPT for these translations and etc.? What is your thought about it? Or something like that. Okay, so again, it will be contextual related to your project.
So, continuing this question, so would there be like maybe direct questions like they might show you some logos and ask you to identify the logos?
No, no, that would not happen in the interviews. Yeah.
Okay.
Interviews are all about not just assessing your knowledge. Knowledge is already been assessed, right?
So because
Lot
one of the tests, one of the
uh,
interviews I attended had questions on similar lines. That's why.
I don't know. I mean, maybe they were testing, but at this level, they're trying to understand your personality. They're trying to understand your passion, your depth of knowledge, right? Not a general knowledge per se,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay. I don't know which school has asked that, but
The symbiosis.
Yes, sir. During the symbiosis interview, they showed us
okay.
a bunch of logos and objects and a bunch of people and asked us to name them.
Okay. Did they have a like physical test?
Yes, so we had
Yes,
that as
sir.
well.
Oh, they had a physical test, and also they're asking this kind of questions.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I mean that's their school philosophy. I'm not nobody to comment on that, but I mean in this interviews, in-person interviews, and it's a great opportunity for the school to understand who the student is, right? What are their interests? What is the passion? What thought processes they are bringing into the school? So that will be more exciting to know and understand, right? I mean that's my perspective, but every school has their own philosophies and etc.
Yes, sir. So is BITS included in that category? BITS at MIT Pune? You won't have those kind of questions, right?
I mean, be open,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah. So be open. So generally, what I also notice is that, why they ask this kind of questions is to understand your awareness. What is happening around the world? Okay, are you in touch with your world or not? You understand, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Even if they ask a question about a subject matter which is related to 1800s, 1700s, there could be a reason why they're asking that question. Maybe that particular topic is in trend in the news and the media, right? So that is the reason they're trying to find out, are you aware of your environment, what is happening in and around you or not? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay, there are some questions here. Let me just understand. A3 size or an A4 size, I think we have answered that. Then portfolio should be in physical format, right? A digital format not accepted. So I think this was also answered. I would suggest you take a physical format because digital format you cannot depend on the devices and the internet and etc. Better to take a physical format. I spoke to MIT. They said a digital format is accepted, but you need to carry your laptop. Fantastic. So please carry your laptop. Okay, but in spite of that, I would recommend take a copy of the physical format, right? Could we have the BITS interaction by tomorrow or later in the evening on 2nd? The interview is on 3rd, but IB boards are happening and there is an exam on 2nd. I have sent the message to Swati, so let her reach out to the students and see how soon we can have these interactions, okay? Sooner the better. Okay, so would you recommend carrying some physical works along with portfolio? Because sometimes for works on canvas paintings, they look more impressive to see in real life, or would it be too much if the canvas are something that you can easily carry? Nothing like it, please do carry. What would be more interesting is the models that you have made, 3D models, like small 3D models or mock-ups or prototypes. If you have done any, if you can take along with you, that will be very nice. So canvas is a 2D painting, right? So I think 3D models and etc. would be really nice. Maybe if you have done some miniature artwork or something like that, you can definitely take them. How many pages should a portfolio be? Is 24 pages fine? Yeah, I mean, generally about 15 pages is something that we recommend. Okay, if you take too many pages, which basically means that you don't know what to show and what not to show. If it is too less, is also not good. 15, around 15 is all right. So 24 pages, you may have to reevaluate certain work, any redundant works or any works that you can probably remove from them or something like that. You can concise them. Okay, let us say
Is
15
it
to
better?
20. Yeah.
Is it better to show like a few of the best works or like too many of works?
I think 15 pages of best work is best.
Okay, because a few of the colleges that I interviewed previously asked for more works than we have put in the 15 pages. So,
Okay.
like, what does MIT expect? Like,
All right. So, so what I suggest is along with this portfolio, you also take some sketchbooks with you. All right. So,
okay, yeah.
take the sketchbooks. When they ask for more work, you can always show the sketchbooks.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Sir?
Yeah.
So if you had animations in your portfolio and if you wanted to show those, then you don't really have a choice but to take something like a pen drive or like something like that, right?
Yeah. Okay. So yes, pen drive and sorry, excuse me for that. What? All right. So what we also recommend is to kind of document the keyframes of your animation on a A3 size sheet. In worst case, you can also show the keyframes of that particular video for whatever reason you're not able to play that video or it's not working or whatever reason, as a backup.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So Harini is asking, sir, if the portfolio is too long, does that affect anything in any way? I mean, so it's basically, see, when you flip 1, 2, 3 pages, we understand the level of your work. Okay, because the first few pages will help us understand how you are doing, what is your skill level, and etc. etc. So you don't necessarily need to have such a long portfolio of 30 pages, 50 pages, 60 pages, not required. Okay. And let us say if it is too long and the work is mediocre, then it gives a very poor impression, right? All right. So any other questions? Yeah, so 15 to 18 pages is perfect. It's ideal, and you can show all your skills and your passion, your interest, and your thought process, everything in those 15 to 18 pages. That is good enough. Okay. Anybody who's ready for taking a mock interview? Anybody is willing to take a mock interview? Tough questions? No, easy questions only. Don't worry. So, all right, Ananya. So I would want you to switch on your video though, if that is all right.
Oh,
Yeah? Yes.
there's a little work going on at home, so I don't think the lighting.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, and in fact, we would want you to experience this some kind of a mock questions being asked by your parents or somebody like that, so that you are prepared for the interview, right? Okay. All right, Ananya. So, okay. Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So, Ananya, so could you please talk about yourself? Where are you from? About your family background, your interests, what you want to do in the future. So I would want you to talk about yourself continuously for 3 minutes.
Okay. My name is Ananya Rudra Bhatla. I am a 19-year-old. And I'm the youngest sibling. I have an older sister. We're a family of four, and then we also have a dog, a pet dog. My interests currently lie in the fields of communication and product design. It's exciting, but I'm also ready to explore all the other fields that it has to offer. Except this, my other interest in sports. I was a sportsman, hoping to continue pursuing it in college and after college. And art, I like reading books, passionate about baking, and just exploring the city, exploring the places, meeting up with people, catching up with them. It's quite fun. That's how I spend my time usually. So that's it. I don't know after that.
Okay. All right. So then I time you also. But anyway, so you said that you are a sports person and at one point you wanted to explore or go into the sports career. So what happened? Why you're not going in that direction?
Sir, I had multiple and then I had to stop. So I had to take a break because
Okay.
of injuries.
Okay.
And now because of exams and all that break just continued. So I'm hoping to go back into the sport at whatever level again in college in
Interesting. So what is your first choice, design or sports?
design.
All right. Okay. So um, which sport do you play?
Swimming.
Swimming. All right. Okay. So as a design aspirant, all right, and as a swimmer, right, can you list top three problems faced by a swimmer?
As in like in which context?
When
In
they're
a design
swimming
context.
or in the activity of swimming?
First of all, overwork injuries because we tend to have a lot more training sessions over gym sessions and everything compared to like most sports because it's a completely different terrain that we're using. Like land and water are two different terrains. So we usually have a lot more training sessions. And so that we get a lot of overwork injuries because of the lack of rest. And second would be lack of social life, which a lot of people face. Because usually, so when you swim twice a day with your college, school, everything, you don't have much time to interact with friends and interact with other people outside your swimming class. So you have your social circle is usually very confined to swimmers and everyone you meet over there. And also, it's a sport that takes I think, see, I'm not sure about other sports, but one sport, like the sport that I know about, this sport takes a lot of time for you to shine in it. And because it's time-based and all, it's a very, so spending like years of your training for a millisecond to lose a race. Like you lose a race in a millisecond and you're spending years of your time in it. So it's not a very giving sport. Like you don't see the results as much as you hope you'd see. And because it's an individual sport, it's just all on you, like the guilt, the pressure, everything. But I think every sport has its ups and downs. So
Right. So, my specific question is, as a designer, how you can solve one of the three problems that you have mentioned.
sir, the loneliness aspect of the sport, I mean, you have something else to focus on except your sport. It's not good to always just have that one thing to focus on. So you always have another life outside of your sport. That is one aspect that design could help you with. Because you have another interest, you have another, like, you have your sport, but you also have other hobbies and interests, and not hobbies, but interests that you want to focus on. How can design change the sport? Well, that is
No, the question is not about how the design can change the sport. The question is how design can solve one of the three problems that you have mentioned. Now you're talking about loneliness for the swimmers.
um maybe designing maybe apps kind of stuff, like how you have apps to meet people, such apps for sports people or something where they get to, in their timings, in the limited time that they have, they get to interact with other people, do other activities outside.
Okay. So what discipline that you're applying for?
So product or communication, and like have to choose a
So
little
you're
bit.
not decided as of yet.
Yeah, I right now, given a choice, I would really want to explore all the disciplines.
Hmm.
But otherwise, right now I'm leaning towards product.
Okay. So
So
can you
someone's at the door.
all right. Okay. So after Ananya, I will probably do one more mock interview for somebody else who's interested. So probably you can raise your hand so that after Ananya, I can talk to them. Right. Yeah. So can you talk about a product that has changed your life?
So your voice was breaking. I couldn't hear you.
All right. So can you suggest a product, or can you talk about a product that has changed your life tremendously?
So a phone
Okay. So
or a Wi-Fi router, the root cause of all problems.
whichever. So talk about the Wi-Fi router. First of all, how did it change your life, and how you would want to change its form?
So right now, the Wi-Fi router is a very big, bulky device. Like it might not look that big, but it's actually a hugely sized, bulky device. if you could just put it into like a chip form, like that, like a small AirTag kind of device that is easily portable across the house. Because sometimes there are times where you need Wi-Fi in another room, but the Wi-Fi is not able to come until there. And right now it's a very wired connection. So if you could make it wireless to an extent where it's just movable around the room, or maybe later on even movable with you around everywhere, so you could just take it along with you and go. So if it's
I
a
mean,
small pen
that
drive size or AirTag sized.
that you're talking as a technologist, not as a designer.
Like the design in a way that it's an AirTag size or a pen drive size, so it's easy to move.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be dependent on the technology that is available. So currently, let us say we don't have such technology. You have your Wi-Fi router in your home, right? So how would you want to kind of change its form or its function?
So it's function, not in any way, because I like the way it functions. It's form, um, same thing. I would like to change its form in a way that it looks sleeker. It looks better in the environment of your house, like it blends in easily. Because right now, anywhere you see a Wi-Fi router, you realize, okay, this is the Wi-Fi router. Like it's just one bulky piece on the wall or somewhere near the wall in everyone's house with a lot of cables around it. So I would like to change its form in a way that it blends aesthetically with the house. Example would be how earlier the switches were like that, and now you get switchboards that, blend with the walls, blend with the rooms. They're less bulky, they look very sleek. Similar thing that could be done to a Wi-Fi router.
All
Like
right. Okay.
something that could blend with your house.
Okay. So why you chose to become a designer?
So I like creating.
Okay.
And I just want to use that to make a difference in the world. Like I have ideas that I want to put into the world that could help make a difference. Create some.
Well, that can be done in many different ways as well. A culinary chef can create fantastic dishes and change the life of people. It's also a creative profession.
True.
So why design?
This is what the same question I asked myself when I chose the field of design. But then once I realized what it was, there was something in it that didn't let me go away from it. And which is why I want to get into the field to figure out what pulled me into that profession so deeply.
Right. So that's a very abstract answer, very difficult to understand. All right. So what is the latest book that you have read?
The latest book that I've read. I'm reading one right now.
Okay, cool. What is the book about?
It's called A Palace of Mirrors.
Okay, who is the author?
Sir, keep forgetting her name. It's a female author.
All right. So who
Indian.
designed the book cover?
I'm not sure that, I don't know. It's a picture, like it's not as such a drawing
Okay,
or
but
anything.
somebody would have designed it, no?
Yes, sir, I'm not aware.
Okay, so where does the author live?
I know she's Indian. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but I don't know where she lives.
Okay, so can you name a few other books written by this author?
No, this is the first time I'm reading a book. Just I
All right.
found the gist
Okay.
very interesting, so I was reading it. It's not my usual style of books either. So
Okay. So imagine you have like tomorrow is May 1st and there is no school, no work, no travel, nothing. What would you do?
typically wake up, spend probably go meet friends, draw a little, explore, draw a little, or I have a few paintings I should finish, so do that. And then spend time with my family, stay at home, chill, spend the day. That's all. That's how my day goes.
All right. Okay. So if not for BITS, what are the other schools that you're
Sir,
exploring?
MIT, not BITS.
Whichever. Okay, if not for MIT, which other schools are you exploring?
A few in Ahmedabad, and then I've tried applying for a few outside of India as well.
Okay, where did you apply outside of India?
So Singapore
To
and
which
Australia.
school?
In Singapore, there's NUS and NTU, National
Okay.
University of Singapore and Nanyang Technological University.
Okay.
And Australia, I'm still applying.
All right. Okay. So what is your expectation after graduating from MIT?
So expectation job-wise, or the work I'll do, or the salary, like what kind of
You can define what you're expecting.
Ideally, I would like to work at a place and gain some experience from like a design-based firm more than like a software or IT-based company. So a firm that's based off design and it's known for its design. So work there, gain some experience, everything, and then maybe come out of it, start up a business or continue working. But yeah, the goal is to work in a design-based firm more than like an IT-based firm.
Okay. Cool. Just give me a minute. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, Ananya, I hope you're there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, what is your thought about the mock interview? Have you expected these questions?
Some of them, yes. Some of them, not really.
Not really. Yeah.
But
So
yeah, I fumbled quite a bit. I could have done it better.
you could have done it better.
Yeah. And there were a few points that I could have said that I missed. Like right now, how do I spend my day? I teach a little and I do stuff like that. So I forgot to mention all the interesting stuff and just mention the usual stuff.
Exactly. So this is the reason why I recommend that you do a small mind map of all your activities, all your thoughts. Put everything down on the paper, right? So that exercise itself will open up so many things, that positive things that you can probably highlight in your interview. And since you do that exercise, you can easily remember them at the right moment.
Okay.
Okay. But I feel that you got to go deeper in whatever you're doing, whatever you're reading, whatever you're studying, spending time. You have to go deeper. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Got to be curious, more curious and observant. And ask questions. Okay. Why is it like this? Why is it like that? I mean, who did this? Okay. Why did they choose that color? What is the reason behind it? So you got to be more curious, is what I kind of understood. An area where you can improve on.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
So now I remember the author's name, sir.
I know. It's too late, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a question here. So I have a doubt, as you have asked her about what she could design to solve one of her problems as a swimmer. When we answer that, should we speak about a design that aligns? Oh, sorry, 1 minute. Hold on. Okay, so we could.
Sir, I have a doubt with that question, sir. Like when you asked me what I would design
Yeah.
to improve things as a swimmer,
Yeah.
I've never, to be very honest, I've never had any design idea in mind that could improve like my thing as a swimmer. So how do I answer that question when I've not had anything, but now I'll have to think of something and make up something and tell them?
I mean, the first thing is it's better to be honest. If you don't know, you tell that, okay, I don't know, rather than making up certain things, right? So, but the point is that you got to be observant. I mean, you're expected to be observant. So, swimming is something that you do day in and day out, and you interact with so many other people and etc. So, you should naturally be having that kind of observation or problem finding thing, you know, that is expected.
Like, because my form of changing whatever experiences I've had in swimming were all outside design, like, you know, how I could change the system or how I would have given it to me and all. So there was nothing design related much that I ever thought I could change.
I
So,
mean, for example, okay, so you use the swimming caps, right? Okay, and it puts a lot of pressure on your ear, and it is painful. Okay, and even the goggles that you use, they kind of, even though they give the option of tightening it or loosening, it puts a lot of pressure on your eye socket, and it's not comfortable, right? Maybe you don't find them comfortable, or you find them very comfortable, but these are certain things that you can, since you're experiencing that swimming thing, probably you could have identified. And there are no solid solutions for these aspects in the market, right?
because all the other forms of innovation happening in the sport, like attire wise or like dress and like the costume and everything, it's already actively going on. Like there's nothing I'm doing over there to change or something new that I could contribute over there for it to change.
No. You take any object, any product that is around you, you may feel that its design is matured and it is doing the fullest of its function, but it is not. There is still scope of improvement for any product that you take.
Right.
Okay. Right. So when we answer that, should we speak about a design that aligns with the discipline we are going for? Okay. As her idea was UI, UX, but she's going for product. So it need not align with the field that you are looking into. It can be an idea from any other discipline, no problem, right? It need not align with the discipline that you have chosen.
Sir,
Yeah.
like not to sound mean or anything, but let's say like I was gonna ask you the same question, like in your field, what would you change design wise? Sir, can you like answer? Because I want to know how I can answer that question.
Okay, so what context?
Sir, your field, sir. I don't know if you want to take it as design or if you want to take it as running a business or your choice. Like,
okay, so let's say running a business. All right, okay. So there's a definitely a lot of scope for improving various aspects of how an entrepreneur conducts a business. In reality, what happens is, most of the entrepreneurs are not trained in a school; they are made, right? So what happens is they learn by making mistakes, right? So in fact, in my case also, I have learned by making mistakes. So they say the school of hard knocks, right? So, and in the process, we burn a lot of cash because we made mistakes, and then we also learn. Okay, so this learning process in this entrepreneur journey is very, very tough. Okay, there could have been an easier way. In fact, there could have been certain kind of a services where senior entrepreneurs can mentor the junior entrepreneurs who are basically entering into the field. Okay, so I see a great opportunity to refine that system and transfer that knowledge from the seniors to the juniors, and there could be a service built out of it. Right? So I would probably take that question in that manner.
So design a service that could help the junior entrepreneurs learn from the senior entrepreneurs
Yes,
with their experience.
yes. So that the learning curve can be shortened, and then the entrepreneurs can be more efficient and not make the same mistakes what others are making.
Okay.
All right.
So one more thing, let's say I do give a reply, but that's already something that's probably existent and that's already there.
It's quite possible. It's quite possible. It's
Oh,
quite possible. Yeah.
but then what if they be like, but it's already there? You're just talking about a technology that already exists.
Okay, fine. So, I mean, maybe I'm not aware of that particular thing. So it's fantastic that such similar solutions already exist. So you're not going in the wrong direction, at least. Okay. See, actually, there are no right answers or wrong answers. It's all about your thought process, how you are thinking. All right. Okay, so we'll go to the next question. Rekha Philip is asking, in an interview, if you are asked about colleges you apply to and you have admissions at some colleges, though you may not be picking them up, should you name them, especially with international colleges? So my thought process is be honest. Okay, honesty is the best policy. So you don't have to hide anything. Okay. So if you have to kind of if they need to know that you are applying for international colleges, absolutely fine. So please be open. Okay. And of course, it is also expected that a student is applying for multiple colleges, not just for one college. If you say that, no, I have applied only for MIT and I will not go for any other college, then they will really have to be surprised about that answer. So Arun is saying there's a ton of innovation happening in sports like swimming, around attire, accessories, etc. If every millisecond matters, whatever design can cut down, millisecond will matter. Yes, of course, Arun. There's a lot of innovation happening in that space, and yeah, you're right. Cool. Okay, so anybody else would like to volunteer? If not, what you can do is, if you're not done this exercise, please watch through that video. It's like half an hour or so. All the aspects have been discussed in it, and then follow the method and create a mind map for yourself. Dig deeper into various aspects that we have discussed in the video and prepare yourself that manner. Okay. So somebody has raised the hands. Two people have raised the hands, but I'm so sorry. I could not. Anya. Yes, Anya.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, would you like to?
Yeah, I'm turning on my camera.
Okay, cool.
Can you see me?
Yes, Anya. Okay, so could you tell something about yourself, your city, where you come from, and your hobbies? And yes.
Okay, so I'm Anya. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Bangalore. I'm not originally from Bangalore, but I shifted here 10 years ago. I'm from Rajasthan, and my hobbies are sketching, doodling, playing badminton, cricket, etc., and watching Formula One. And I'm really passionate about Formula One, and I want to work in Scuderia Ferrari Formula One team.
Oh, nice. Very interesting. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. So you said that you are from Rajasthan. I mean, you were born in Rajasthan. You lived there.
No, I was not born in Rajasthan. I was born in Delhi, but I'm from Rajasthan.
You're from Rajasthan.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you like about Rajasthan, and what do you dislike about Bangalore?
So Rajasthan, it has a lot of sand. Like So some part of it is a desert. So I like camel rides over there. You don't get that in Bangalore. And in Bangalore, I'd say I dislike the traffic. That's the worst part.
Hmm. Can you think of a way you can bring that experience, the good experience of Rajasthan to Bangalore and solve the traffic problem?
So to bring the experience of Rajasthan to Bangalore, there could be like a Rajasthan themed park or something like that. Uh, and traffic, honestly, I don't have an idea. Like, yeah, I don't have an idea about how to solve traffic. Maybe it just could be managed better.
Hmm. Okay. So, which discipline you are going into? What is your interest?
I'm going for transport, but I'm also interested in product.
Ah, so that that's quite interesting. So you're applying for transportation design?
Yeah.
Nice. So I'm very curious to see your portfolio. Do you have a digital portfolio with you?
Yeah, but I have only a few transport sketches. Should I
Oh,
share?
yes. Could you
Yeah.
please share your screen?
Working on the cycle. 1 second, I need to open the portfolio.
Hmm.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah, can you tell me when to move on to the next
Yeah. Okay,
page?
okay, cool. This is very cool. Um, she rides. So could you talk more about this project? This is for what age group?
Yeah. Uh, this is for all age groups, like actually like around 11 plus, because this is a project that I made because I usually use my cycle to go everywhere. Like wherever I travel, I use a cycle. But when I get my periods, it's really uncomfortable to cycle, and I cannot cycle during that time. So I designed something that I would actually use to let me be able to cycle, and it's a better, more comfortable version of a normal cycle, and I think everyone from 11 years old onwards can use it.
Hmm. It's quite interesting. Is it motorized?
So I've made a pedal version and a motorized version, so like it could be both. If you want to keep the normal experience of cycling as well, you can have that, and you can have an electric version as well.
Hmm. Did you try to make a mock-up?
I did put it in AI and I tried to render it, but I haven't like made a 3D model or anything of it yet.
Hmm. So what was the inspiration for the form?
Uh, the seat was like a normal sort of sofa kind of seat because those are comfortable, and the rest of the cycle is like quite similar to a normal cycle. And I've made the frame of the cycle slightly lower so that it's easier to like put your legs across the frame.
Hmm. Very nice. It's pretty cool.
Should I move on to the next project?
Yes, please.
This was a DQ hackathon project itself.
Hmm. Nice. Next. Okay, so how did you make these sketches?
Some of them are from reference, and some of them are like from my imagination.
Which are the ones from your imagination?
These ones, the dog ones.
The dog ones, is it?
Yeah.
Achha, how about the penguins?
The penguins are from reference.
And how about the these human faces?
Everything else except the dogs are from reference.
Okay, so you have made them digitally or
No, they're hand drawn.
they're hand drawn?
Yeah.
How did you edit them?
Uh, I I just took a picture of them and then I removed the background. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the dogs are basically your imagination.
Yeah.
Do you have a dog at home?
No, but I really want one.
Okay, it's pretty cool. Okay, can I see more sketches?
Yeah.
Okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, hold on. Yeah, sorry for that. Yes. So these are your sketches.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, next. Interesting. So how did you draw these sketches, the ATV designs?
So I had gone to Dubai there was a desert safari
Mhm.
sort of thing where
Mhm.
there were like quad bikes where you could like dune bash with them.
Mhm.
These are just inspired from those bikes.
Hmm. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, next. So which software have you used?
Blender.
Blender. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Next. Okay, very cool. So these are your creations, or you have got inspired from?
No, these are from references.
These are from references. I think it's better you keep mentioning somewhere on the.
It's mentioned over here.
Where did you write?
Product explorations from Pinterest.
Oh, right, of course, yeah. I would obviously say first. Okay, cool. Okay, next. Okay, next. Interesting. These sketches are scenes from two iconic mangas created as part of a 10-day challenge. Okay, next. So, what camera do you have?
I have some of these were actually clicked on my phone, but I also have a Sony. I forgot the model of the camera. It's a yeah, it's like a mini camera. I forgot the model.
So, in your phone, you use the manual mode, and then you have taken these pictures.
There's like a pro mode on my phone where you can adjust all these features. From that, I clicked it.
Okay. Can you go back to the photography page?
Yeah.
So, can you explain why for this particular picture you have chosen an aperture of f2.2?
Which picture?
The one with the shoes and the legs and the circle.
This right left bottom one, right?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
That's because I wanted like a clear shot because everyone was moving around a lot, and I wanted a shot like that would be still.
And why ISO is only 50?
It's, honestly, I don't know about too much about the ISO. It was there in the details of the picture, so I mentioned it.
We caught you, huh? Okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, who painted the Starry Night?
Vincent Van Gogh.
All right, next. So this corset made with paper. So what other material have you used to kind of bind it together?
So it was made out of chart paper and newspaper, and to like bind it like a tight corset, that was a waistcloth.
It was a waistcloth.
Yeah.
So these are newspapers or magazine papers?
They're newspapers.
And was there any thought behind choosing a particular newspaper for one of those elements? Was there any thought? Was it randomly done, or was any thought process that has gone into it?
It was a part of a workshop, so they gave us like a bunch of newspapers and a chart paper. So
Hmm.
we just had to make do with whatever we had.
Yeah,
We were
I
yeah,
understand.
we were using like the newspapers, the glossy ones, because they weren't tearing more easily than the
Hmm.
non-glossy ones.
Hmm. And what is the material that you have used for this accessory, for the face accessory?
That's wire and foil.
Wire and foil. Okay, okay. Okay, next. It's pretty cool. This is made up of cardboard, is it?
Yeah, this one is made of cardboard.
It's very nice. So how much time did you take to make this?
Uh, the farmhouse one that took around 3 hours,
Hmm.
and this one took like 1 hour, I guess.
Hmm. So what was the most challenging part when you were making these 3D models?
So the one in the farmhouse, that was actually a group project with the German exchange students that I'd been like part of. So the German students, they weren't actually doing much of the work. So
Hmm.
getting everyone to coordinate was the hardest part. But in general, in other models, I didn't have a hot glue gun when I was making this. So like sticking them together was the hardest part.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so pretty nice models, very detailed and very neatly done. Very nice. What scale is this piano?
I did not scale it down exactly to the measurements.
Okay, how about the house?
I don't remember how much bigger the house was, but it's like an exact ratio, but I don't remember exactly how much it was.
Okay, 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 next. Okay, next. So these are very interesting. So these are hand drawn or digitally made in
Yeah, they're hand drawn.
hand drawn.
Yeah,
Amazing. Mm-hmm. It's very cool. So how much did you sell each sticker for?
10 rupees.
Rupees. Okay. Nice. Next. Okay, next. Can you explain your first line?
So basically, ever since I've been a child, I've been like a very creative child. I always see things creatively and not like technologically. So
Can you
it's
explain that particular sentence again further? What do you mean by seeing things creatively?
basically, um, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm I don't know how to explain
Okay,
it.
let us say a remote or a water bottle. Define what do you mean by seeing water bottle creatively?
Uh, l- like I would seeing water bottle creatively would mean like thinking about its form and like what color I would have liked it in and things like that.
Mm. Okay, go on.
Uh, yeah, that's it.
So you're going for BITS or MIT?
Both of them, but I'm not sure which one I want to do yet.
Okay, but you're showing me the BITS context in the sense you believe BITS Mumbai is the perfect place.
Yeah, this was the portfolio for bits.
Okay. So change it for MIT.
Yeah.
Don't forget. Okay. All right. Cool. So what are your thoughts where you could have improved? What could have been improved?
Uh, I think I could have the photography part. I should know more about that, and I could have had some better answers. Like I was stuttering a lot.
Hmm. Right, right. And also, again, I mean, you have added certain information because that is how it could have been expressed, but then you're not thinking deeply what those numbers mean, etc., etc. So again, you have to go deeper in your work.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. Okay. So I hope everybody has got some kind of an experience and a taste of what the interview looks like. It will be really cool. Be yourself. Don't fake anything. If you're not done anything, be open. Tell that, okay, I probably should have looked into that. I should have been more careful. I should have been more observant. Be your own self. Okay. Because that is what they're looking for, right? So if you fake anything, they'll identify and they will basically kind of they know that you're faking something. Okay. So I got a response from Swati. So Swati said that the MIT guys, they're currently very busy in meeting various parents and etc. So they are unable to organize a briefing for the round two. And they also said that they don't have any test papers for round two. Okay. But having said that, we are reaching out to the DQ alum who are studying in MIT. Okay. So Swati is going to reach them and we'll have a short interaction with the students. So at least the students can firsthand give you some information about how their interviews happened and they can share that information. All right. Okay. Hope that works. And anybody has any other questions, please feel free to ask. Okay.
So what kind of GK will they ask for the interviews?
Something related or associated with design.
So if I have to read now, do I read about what kind of GK should I read?
So just be aware of what is happening in the world, right? Okay, Anika, you tell me what you have been hearing in the news lately,
So the Pahalgam attack.
and
The,
what else?
so mostly that only.
Mostly that. Okay, a week before that.
Um,
Okay, quite busy in the exams, huh?
yes.
All right. So, have you heard of the tariff wars? Okay, so what is this tariff war and how is it going to change the economies? Now, how is it related to design, you may ask, right? Okay, so what's happening in China, right? And what is happening to Apple as a company? Okay, so what has happened with Tesla, right? And I mean, basically you should be aware of what is happening around you. So I suggest take help of ChatGPT and help you brief certain important things that have happened in the world in the last 1.5 months. So get aware of that rather than just reading the news, because news gives you a very short snapshot of what has happened yesterday or what is happening now. So use ChatGPT to help you brief what has happened in the last 1.5 months and how the world has changed. Okay, and you can also look into certain product launches in the market, right? And the maybe the designers associated with it, etc., etc. All right, Anika. Okay. Anything else? Okay, so I think there are a couple of questions here. Okay. All right. So I'm reading certain questions. Now it's too late. I think that mock interview is done. I'm sorry for that, Lara. I could have asked them those questions if I've seen the message before. Okay, so Manya is saying, I wasn't aware of this meeting, therefore I missed it. Can you please give a brief for the, all right. So we're going to share this recording on YouTube. So probably in a couple of hours, it will be accessible for you. I would request you to look through that video one more time. Okay. All right. Okay, so if there are any questions, then we can uh, all right. Okay. Thank you, Lara. And please keep an eye on the messages we are sending. So we are trying to facilitate student interactions of BITS and MIT. As soon as my team is able to kind of gather them, we'll have a session, a very, very quick session. We'll try to get it done as soon as possible. All right. So with that, thank you all so much. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Jyoti ma'am, the success coach, and we'll try to facilitate them. Okay. Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.